Key storylines. What are the key storylines for you? How will the Lakers guard Nikola Jokic? What can you take away from Jokic's game?
So watching the film of this season of the matchups between the Lakers and the Nuggets is completely useless because obviously the Lakers changed up their whole roster and they played 4 times, but it was all before the trade deadline. You literally had a game here with the Lakers where Denver won, but this was the Lakers starting 5, okay, for that game. This was January 9th, 2023. Dennis Schroeder, who's still there.
Still there, yeah.
Thomas Bryant, Max Christie.
Thomas Bryant now on the other side, yeah.
Juan Toscano-Anderson, Patrick Beverley. That was their starting 5 for the Lakers. Yeah. So you can literally throw away all these 4 matchups, okay? Because a lot of them are like that. Obviously, AD is going to guard Jokic. Jokic is going to guard AD. I actually think it's fairly straightforward across the board. Aaron Gordon's going to guard LeBron. LeBron's going to guard Aaron Gordon. Probably help off of him a lot. Aaron Gordon's going to then probably creep back door for dunks and, open threes. That's kind of his game right now, offensively at least. The point guard matchup is going to be interesting because I think Austin Reeves has really shown an ability to play physically, and even when his shot's not dropping, he's always able to get into those in-between spaces, drive, and then sort of like he invites contact in a way that's a genuine skill. But also at the same time, he kind of just like, it is a little bit annoying to watch him sort of jump sideways and draw fouls. But, that's where Jamal Murray's going to have to, match that physicality. It was kind of eye-opening in the Warriors series how a guy as accomplished as Klay Thompson, famously of the 4 rings, he struggled with Austin Reeves. Like, it was just a real struggle. And I think for Jamal, we're going to need to see Jamal at his very best. I know on paper, it doesn't look like it looks like a mismatch. Jamal should definitely win this matchup, but I don't know. That's a really key one for me because I do think that Jokic has a chance to be the best player in the series. I think he's been the best player in the second round. But at the same time, I think it's going to be a very different experience being guarded by AD versus being guarded by Jock Landale and
the
Bismack
sports
Biyombo.
guy. Yeah, Jock Landale.
That's the disgusting brothers right there, man. Jock Landale and Bismack Biyombo in Game 6.
No.
But it's going to be very difficult. But at the same time, we've seen Jokic continuously score. We see, and it's for the Lakers. Obviously, you got to be able to guard without the ball. That's where playing the Warriors really did help because you definitely need to guard the Warriors off-ball movement. It'll be similar in this case, except for the fact that AD can't just sag off of Draymond or whoever he was guarding and just sit in the paint because obviously Jokic will just score from those positions. So you got to be pressed up on him. What does that do now when you don't have that one roamer who's really long defensive player who's able to take away the rim, take away a lot of back cuts? He's going to have to press up, which means it's even more important for the Lakers guards and obviously LeBron as well to really play tight to the rest of their guys because they're so good at backdoor cuts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think, it's no disrespect to the Nuggets, but looking at their competition in the first 2 rounds on the defensive end, going up against Minnesota, a team that I don't respect, and, Phoenix, like you mentioned, what they were able to throw at Jokic, I think this is going to be a different level of physicality for this whole Nuggets team, especially Jokic to deal with. And, I think the thing for me too is there's a lot of swing guys in this series for me. When you look at Michael Porter Jr., even looking at a D'Angelo Russell, you think about the Lakers in the first 2 rounds, they've had so many role players step up. There's a Rui Hachimura game against Memphis. There was a Lonnie Walker game. And, I wouldn't even call the Austin Reeves game because I feel like I respect Austin Reeves more than a role player at this point.
Yeah,
I feel like I know what I'm getting from him every night. And the question for me still goes back to, you look at, LeBron being on his greatest of all time behavior in Game 6 to eliminate the Warriors. How many of those games does he still have left in the tank, right? Even how many quarters of those? Because the Lakers don't have home court advantage again for the 3rd straight series.
Yep.
But we've seen the first 2 series, they've had the same script in beating Memphis and Golden State. They stole Game 1 on the road, and then they won Game 3 and 4 at home, and then took care of business in Game 6.
Yeah.
And I think if the Lakers are going to do it, I actually think they have to win tonight. I don't think you can lose the series tonight, but I think they can really give themselves an edge here because these LeBron-led teams in the playoffs is just all about controlling and dictating pace, right? You go up 1-0, you force the other team to make the adjustments, and you have the advantage. And Nuggets are 6-0 in these playoffs at home.
Yep.
So are the Lakers.
Yep.
But it's really hard to win in Denver. You look at Phoenix, right? Like they got their 2 wins at home, and granted that was because Devin Booker and Kevin Durant went nuclear. But I've yet to see a team really challenge the Nuggets at home. Like the Nuggets are a really good team, right? So I'd be very curious to see tonight if the Nuggets just like continue their dominance at home run off the floor, or if this looks like a completely different matchup than the first two that they've seen in these playoffs. So I'm really curious about tonight.
I think for the Lakers, they should. I mean, they play out of the post a decent amount, but I think that the ability to play even more out of the post. I just think that the Nuggets, because they're a smaller team, like they can definitely pressure up at the top better. I think that they can help at the rim. Jokic is a decent helper at the rim, but obviously that's a guy you can score over. Michael Porter Jr. I'm pretty disappointed in his defense in general. And then Aaron Gordon's going to take the primary defensive assignment against a LeBron, who's most likely going to be the guy in the post facilitating in the first place. So I just think for the Lakers, like starting their offense like in the paint rather than starting from the perimeter is probably going to be a better bet. I know most people look to attack, Jokic in the pick and roll more than anything else, and the Lakers do have some options there. But I actually think that like if you're telling me that you're going to run a ton of LeBron AD pick and rolls, first off, I would love to see that because that hasn't happened yet so far this playoffs. Like a super high dose on a consistent basis to win the 4 games in a series. That's not what the Lakers have been playing like. And at the same time, I also don't want to see Dennis Schroeder and Austin Reeves have more of the ball, right? And so I do think that starting their offense through the post probably makes the most sense. Obviously, AD is going to have to manage to play without foul trouble because I think this is a scenario where there's just nobody really backing him up that can really.
They really have no bigs, man. Mo Bamba's still hurt. Tristan Thompson is Tristan Thompson.
Yeah. So it's like Rui Hachimura will come in, or like LeBron will play small ball center, which he did against the Warriors.
Sure.
The bench matchups will be interesting too, just because I think Denver's bench, I don't really trust them on the road, but they have shown me some moments at home. It's gonna be a really fascinating matchup. I also like the idea of just the 2 smartest players in the NBA going ahead.
Oh yeah.
LeBron and Jokic are to me the 2 smartest players in the league.
This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be very serious.
They're actual geniuses on the court, and so I think there's gonna be lots of adjustments and counters, and I think it should be a long series. Like I really, really hope it's not a repeat of what it was in the bubble, which was 4-1. By the way, in that series, like the Nuggets had Jeremy Grant, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Gary Harris, Paul Millsap, Monty Morris, Mason Plumlee, PJ Dozier, Torrey Craig, Troy Daniels, Michael Porter Jr., right? That was their group. And the Lakers had a very different group. Danny Green, JaVale McGee, KCP was around AD and LeBron. Then Kyle Kuzma, Alex Caruso, Rajon Rondo, who was actually really good.
He was great.
In the bubble. Dwight Howard, who was also really good in this series, being really physical with him. Like they don't have a backup like that to come in and really disrupt and get extra fouls and minutes.
No, I think
on Joker. So
no, I think that'll be interesting. Yeah, Nuggets are minus 6.5 favorites tonight.
Wow, 6.5
at home.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
Really?
And I'm gonna pick the Lakers to win in 6. I trust the Lakers defense and I trust LeBron.
I just trust the Nuggets' ability to play at home.
Listen, man, Nuggets are an amazing team. Like, I don't want to discredit that.
Yeah.
I just got to ride with my guy LeBron, and I want to see Tristan Thompson in the finals.
Well, I think I will disagree with you. I think I will stick with Denver. I think if the Lakers do win a game on the road, it'll be game 2 rather than game 1.
Okay.
And I think I have Nuggets in 7, just based on the home court advantage there.